Yo, what's up YouTube? Welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Shishi Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Adam Levine has been trending all over social media platforms and has also been mercilessly dragged by A-list celebrities for an OnlyFans model claiming that she unknowingly participated in an affair, and it all began with this video. Let's get it.
I'm just gonna rip the Band-Aid off because I've retaken this like 10 times now. Essentially, I was having an affair with a man who's married to a Victoria's Secret model. At the time, you know, I was young, I was naive, and I mean, quite frankly, I feel exploited. I wasn't in the scene like I am now, so I was definitely very easily manipulated. Maroon 5 is practically elevator music at this point, so I'm sure you know who Adam Levine is. But Adam and I were seeing each other for about a year. After I stopped talking to him over, you know, a period of months, this is how he came back into my life. He said, okay, serious question. I'm having another baby, and if it's a boy, I really want to name it Sumner. You okay with that? Dead serious. I was like, I'm in hell. Like, I have to be in hell at this point. I mean, my morals were unknowingly compromised. I was completely manipulated. I wanted to handle this privately. I never wanted to come forward because obviously I know the implications that come with doing what I do, making money the way I do, and being an Instagram model. So being tied to a story like this, it's like, I know the stereotypes. I had sent some screenshots recklessly to a few friends I thought I trusted, and one of them had attempted to sell to a tabloid. So here I am.
All right, guys, you heard it for yourself. So the reason the OnlyFans model says that she decided to share this story is because one of her friends who she sent a screenshot of, I'm assuming this conversation to, was going to sell the story to the tabloids to get some money. So just to go over a few things, she said a lot right there. She said they had an affair, her and Adam Levine, and she claims that she had no idea that he was married. I don't know how much of that you guys want to believe. Let's keep going. She also said that she feels exploited. She said he came back to tell her that he wanted to name his next child after her if it was a boy. That's crazy. The OnlyFans model also said that her morals were compromised, and she claims that she was obviously manipulated. What do you guys think so far with what you've seen, with what you know? Let's see what other people thought in reaction to this video. A first female commenter here says, really? After they announced they're expecting their third child? Why do that to her? This next female commenter says, oh my gosh, my mouth dropped to the floor when I saw his name. 13K plus likes. This woman says, this is when you're going to find out who your true friends are. When you go through trauma is when you realize who your friends are, girl. I'm behind you. So she's got a supporter here. The only thing this chick was missing at the end of this comment is girl power, right? Of course, when it comes to like cheating and stuff, man, women have each other's backs, right? They don't care what happened. They don't care the circumstances. We believe you. They don't like that coffee.
Put that coffee down.
Next comment here reads, wait, what? Please tell me this is not how his wife is finding out about you. Next comment reads, how is his wife? My heart breaks for her. And finally, our last comment says, love the tea this Monday morning. It's not tea, woman. It's coffee.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
All right, so after that first video was posted, I think most people thought this was going to be another Me Too situation, compensation, exposure, and somehow this chick was going to be paid off, compensated for her emotional damage for being manipulated in her 20s as an adult. I don't know. But things didn't exactly turn out the way that she expected. The more people thought about the situation and the story that she shared, the more questions they had. For example, this comment from a woman who says, it's no secret he's been married for a decade. The only victim here is his wife and children. And though the OnlyFans model does have some supporters, there was a growing population of people that were kind of looking at her like, where's the accountability, ma'am? You had a role to play in this too. And this is what she had to say in response to that growing opinion. Let's get it.
I just wanted to make a part 2. I feel like it's obviously necessary. Hindsight is 2020. I initially wanted to go in and talk about how remorseful I feel and how embarrassed and disgusted I am with myself, but I didn't want people to look at it and think like, oh, she's playing the victim. But in reality, it had the opposite effect. Something I now realize I didn't touch on enough was the fact that one of my friends had attempted to sell it, which I realized yesterday whenever they reached out to me for comment. And so I was completely frantic. That is why that video is, for one, just so all over the place, and two, why I didn't touch on some of the things that I initially would have liked. So in this video, I would like to address some of those things. I only came forward because I wanted to kill whatever story the tabloid had. The most important part that I did definitely gloss over is the fact that I was under the impression that their marriage was over. I believe that they were keeping it quiet to avoid the negative press because, as I had said, I was new to LA. So I just assumed that with celebrities of that caliber that that's just how it was. And that's why I feel exploited, because he knew I believed everything that he said because of my vulnerable position of being new to LA. Also, he was DMing me straight from his verified Instagram account. I didn't have any reason to further question it. But I now realize that that was likely a manipulation tactic of his, just hiding in plain sight. As soon as I had realized that was not the case, I had cut things off with him. In retrospect, I wish I would have questioned things more. I wish I wasn't so naive, but, being naive is not an excuse for what I did in the role I played in this. Again, in no way was I trying to gain sympathy, and I fully realize I'm not the victim in this. I'm not the one who's really getting hurt here. It's Beati and her children, and for that, I'm so, so sorry.
All right, guys, there you go. And as always, we're going to rush straight to these comments and see what people had to say about this. First comment from a woman who was re-quoting her and said, "Because I was new to LA," with the laughing emojis. Yeah, that excuse of being new to LA and like, oh, I'm so vulnerable, I'm so new to LA, like I don't know what's going on. It's not that serious. It's not, man. I live in LA. You're not going to trick me with that shit. Next comment here says, "I'm new to LA." We've got another comment here who says, "I'm new to LA and don't feel like having an affair." That's facts. That's facts. Listen, this blueprint of let me accuse some A-list actor or some famous guy or anybody with money and have people look at me as a grown woman, but have people look at me and give me the accountability of a child is not going to work anymore. Amber Heard ruined it for all you women. And we're seeing that in real-time effect. You can thank the Me Too movement as well. Another comment here says, "Girl, you are not sorry. You knew exactly what you were doing." Facts. 37K plus likes. Next comment says, "Why do they always give that excuse? Because I'm young." By the time we were all in our teens, this commenter goes on to say, "We all knew what we were doing." And so the question here is, why do women use the "because I was young" excuse? Notice it's always women that use that excuse. You don't hear men who get on camera and get accused for stuff saying, "Oh, I was young." In these type of situations, they usually just take accountability. You're not awarded that luxury of being young and dumb while simultaneously being a strong, independent, smart woman. And the question here is, why do they always use that excuse? Well, because society allows women to live in a fairy tale land where they can claim independence and also be void of accountability when it suits them. That's just the honest truth. Next comment here from a woman says, "His wife is all over his Instagram. It's clear they were very much together." Next comment, "Okay, but being new to LA makes you vulnerable? Like, it's not like you met him in a bar." Next comment reads, "Google is free. You can Google that. He's married and has kids." And finally, the last comment here reads, "This is not going the way you thought it would." That's facts. This OnlyFans model thought that she could take everybody for a fool. She looked around and said, "Wait, this is my chance to gain exposure for my OnlyFans," but people weren't having it, man. On this day, the world drank coffee.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
So the last thing I want to share here is an official statement from Adam Levine, and it reads, "A lot is being said about me right now, and I want to clear the air. I used poor judgment in speaking with someone other than my wife in any kind of flirtatious manner. I did not have an affair. Nevertheless, I crossed the line during a regrettable period in my life. In certain instances, it became inappropriate. I have addressed that and taken proactive steps to remedy this with my family." He concludes the post by saying, "My wife and my family is all I care about in this world. To be this naive and stupid enough to risk the only thing that truly matters to me was the greatest mistake I could ever make. I will never make it again. I take full responsibility. and we will get through this, and we will get through it together. I'm glad Adam actually addressed this publicly. I mean, of course he was going to, but it's good he's taking responsibility, because overall he is the person to blame in this situation. The truth is, celebrities, A-list actors, entertainers, most people are so just out of touch with what these celebrities are actually doing, the way they structure their relationships out here. I've released a couple of videos centered around how women will share a man, even wives will share a man with rules in place. Notice how he said he didn't have an affair. Did he bust the cheeks? I'm sure he did, right? But why did he say he didn't have an affair? Well, probably because the agreement between them was that he wouldn't embarrass her publicly. This is common. And for you guys out there that think, oh no, this is terrible, I would never condone and support this, brah, it happens. You're never gonna have to be put in this situation because it's just not there for you in the future. And don't worry, you're never gonna have to be forced in a situation where your woman is willing to share you. You don't have to worry about that. But I bet you his wife probably already knew about this chick. The problem here wasn't that he was messing around with other women. And this is strictly my opinion based on what I know, right? Living in LA and talking to different people and just what I've seen. The problem here isn't what he was doing, especially since he said I didn't have an affair. It was obviously the public embarrassment, which is on him. But as I conclude this video, the OnlyFans model will remain nameless because we're not giving her any clout, the same way Adam didn't address her at all in his post. It's all backfired on her. Maybe she got a little bit of exposure from this. I don't know. But it's a bad look overall. She looks thirsty for attention and also shares a portion of this whole situation's responsibility. Hope the best for Adam Levin's family, for his wife and kids. It's tough. It's hard. That's the most difficult thing, man, when the kids are involved. The whole naming the kid after the mistress thing, that's just wild, man. What do you guys think of that? Comment down below. Curious to know what you thought of this whole situation. I appreciate you for checking out another episode of The Coffee Pot. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.